Sea of Heroes video with me, your boy Scribe. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. We are going to be getting our teeth into the latest Galactic challenge featuring the Rebel Fighters. Let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Galactically challenged video. Today we are visiting the planet of Camino and we're facing off against the Keller and Beck squad. That is rather frustrating. I don't know what R2-D2 is doing in this team. He's just kind of chilling there, surrounded by Jedi like, yeah, I've got the Force. I don't get it. Doesn't matter. So what do we need to do, guys? We need to complete the battle. We need to complete the battle with a full team of Rebel fighter units, which is a little bit frustrating for a lot of people. We need to win after removing 400% turn meter from all enemies, and we need to win with a 7-star Batcher in our squad. Only joking. That's for those people that are indulging in the whale. Speaking of which, I have a giveaway going on my stream live later on tonight, where I'll be giving away Batcher shards. 5 free people are going to be winning Batcher shards tonight. Just swing around the stream and engage in the quiz that I'll be doing live. Make sure you go ahead and join that later on today. And then those of you with the episode pass will be getting some additional experience points just for finishing the battle. So, we've got the global modifier, which is basic training. Essentially, whenever the character in the leader slot ends their turn, all allies are going to gain a stack of morale, which can't be prevented in any way. Whenever a character deals damage to an enemy or recovers health, they're also going to gain another stack of morale. And whenever a character is inflicted with a debuff or receives damage, they lose a stack of morale, okay? Whenever a character defeats an enemy, you will steal all of their morale, which is quite cool. And whenever a character starts their turn with at least 10 stacks of morale, they're going to gain advantage for a turn, which means guaranteed crits almost. Whenever a character ends their turn with 15 or more stacks of morale, they're going to gain protection up of 50% or more. Now, when you've got stacks of morale, you're also going to be gaining additional crit damage, defense, max health, potency, and tenacity per stack. The modifier for our Rebel Fighters is called Pinpoint. Essentially, if nobody on the enemy team's got Pinpoint, when we target an enemy character and use an ability, that target will be pinpointed. Enemies that have Pinpoint have their max health reduced by 2% whenever they receive damage from Rebel Fighters. Whenever a Rebel Fighter uses a basic ability against an enemy with Pinpoint, they're going to gain a stack of heal over time for 2 turns, which is going to obviously play into the previous basic training ability. Whenever they use a special ability against an enemy with Pinpoint, we're also going to call a mass assist and not a mass assist. It's going to call an assist for all allies with heals over time, which is very useful. Whenever we defeat an enemy with Pinpoint, we get a bonus turn, we gain advantage, crit damage up, and speed up for 2 turns, and whenever the Rebel Fighter with at least 10 stacks of heal over time is defeated, we're going to revive at 50% health and protection. Enemies that get pinpointed are a priority, okay, guys? The enemy has got steadfast retribution, which sucks. It's when the damage gets reflected to us, so it hurts us. We need a lot of survivability. I'm going to start off with the Rebel Fighter team, and we're going to go from there, okay? I will say Saw is the most useful leadership for Rebel Fighters. We don't have many options here. You've got Jyn Erso, you've got, like, Wedge, you've got, like, Saw Gerrera. We don't have a lot of options here, guys. So Saw Gerrera, you don't need Luthen. If you've got Luthen, all the better. I'm throwing in Jyn because she does have a source of revive, so if you've got her, might as well get use of her. And Xaereth and Baze are invaluable in this because there's lots of heal over times, there's good tanking, there's dispels, there's all sorts of good business. And then Captain Drogon is our damage dealer. He is our let's immediately kill people. Okay, so we need a little bit of luck going into the opener. We want to make sure that Anakin can't use his AoE, which is why Saw is very useful, increase those cooldowns, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so for the opener, we want to get that pinpoint on General Kenobi. He's going to be taunting the whole time, so target him. Even if they've got foresight, all that matters is you target an ability. And you want to go ahead and throw the explosive traps, okay? So we'll do this, and boom, you can see over here, General Kenobi has got pinpoint. Alright, now do not use your first special with Jyn unless somebody's dead. We're just going to use that second special, call that mass assist. Once again, same thing with Xaereth. That is our heal, okay? We saved that. Use the second special. We just want to try and get rid of General Kenobi straight away. Second special from Baze. We don't really want to get rid of buffs right now. Now I'll use the second special just because it's going to call people with heal over times to assist. We want to try and defeat General Kenobi before Anakin's first turn. So great. The reason that is important, guys. Getting rid of General Kenobi at the start is important before Anakin takes his first turn, because Anakin will have had his cooldowns increased before he takes a first turn, thanks to Saw, alright? That means when we beat General Kenobi, Anakin can't just AoE the board and defeat everybody. So once General Kenobi is out, we want to target Anakin next. He's our next priority. I'm going to place Keen Stratagem on Baze just to give him that little bit of extra survivability. And boom, 300,000 damage directly to the Chosen One's face. Once you got to this point, it's golden. I'll target Snips because Snips is... Oh my god, Snips is gone. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly what we are looking to be doing right now. That bonus turn coming out of our good boy Drogon, getting that crit damage up, getting that offense up, all that good business is what we're looking for over here. So yeah, at this point, it should be pretty difficult to lose. You watch me lose this match somehow. But no, I don't think it's... it's not looking good for this Galactic Republic team. So yeah, absolutely, Saw Gerrera is the MVP of this particular Galactic challenge. We need to... Well, we don't need to use him. If you don't have him, it's going to be so much more difficult to get this battle completed. Now, next up, we're going to do our public service announcement. Do not forget about your marquee characters, all right? Do not forget about Batcher, brand new marquee. Go in, if you're not doing any sort of whaling, you've got no packs, got no episode pass, go in at tier 2, get that Batcher done at 3 stars. I think mine is at 4 stars right now, will be 5 stars in a couple of days' time. So we're going to go in, and I'm just going to take in whatever strongest team we've got. Let's use Spectres so we can flex brand new GL Ahsoka Tano. Why not? We'll get Sabine, we'll get Hu Yang, and we'll just throw in Batcher over here. Batcher at 4 stars right now. Hopefully in a couple of days I'll have him at 5 stars. I'm not doing any sort of crazy whaling, as you guys are aware, simply because of the IVF treatment that me and Mrs. Scribbles are going through. So if everybody could take to the comment section down below, please, and please leave us your favourite emoji just to wish us a little bit of luck in our journey over here. Mrs. Scribbles is starting on her medication in 2 days' time, and then we are going away to Rome in 2 weeks' time, and after that we should be all systems go. So fingers crossed, guys. Emojis in the comments section down below to wish us luck. Appreciate you. So there we go. Batcher, you don't need him to survive, you just need to win the battle. Whatever, star you have Batcher at, if you've got him at 3 stars, it's tier 2. If you've got him at 4 stars, it's tier 4. 5 stars, it's tier 6, etc, etc. All right, good. So turn meter removal. Turn meter removal is obviously a tricky customer. We want to try and maximize our opportunities of landing that turn meter removal, so I would recommend going in with something like a Darth Vader leadership. The reason I say Darth Vader's leadership is because his leadership with that Zeta, not even with the Zeta I don't think, has a chance, 50% chance, to remove 20% turn meter. That cannot be resisted, and this is whenever any Empire or Sith allies deal any sort of damage, okay? So yeah, it's great. It's great. So another character who is incredibly useful when it comes to this is going to be Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon is amazing for turn meter removal because of Control the Situation. Control the Situation is a special ability that will remove all turn meter from everybody. Your allies, their enemy team, and then you gain 25% turn meter. So that is an easy way, especially if you clock his speeds right, to just be right before the enemy goes. You can mass remove turn meter. After this, you want to try and just maximize whatever you can. I'm going to throw in Mara Jade over here. We should probably have some sort of tank. I'll take in Shore Trooper over here, and we'll take in Thrawn. Something like this should work, hopefully. All right, here we go. So we obviously do not have our ability to pinpoint anymore, because that is a global modifier. We're just going to look here. Look at all this turn meter that Naomi's got. We're going to control the situation. Boom. All that turn meter removed. Now I'm going to go into Merciless Massacre. We're going to drop this on Kenobi's head, and then I'm just going to go around and basic. Now, if you are doing Merciless Massacre, make sure you manually untarget from Kenobi. Otherwise, you will be hitting him, and it will ruin your Merciless Massacre. So just going to do all that good business over here, and then I'm just going to drop another Force Crush. Now, if you can get round to a second Merciless second Control the Situation, you're basically guaranteeing that that you'll get this feat done. Okay, so I've fractured Kenobi here. Fractured Kenobi means he's not going to be able to taunt anymore, so we're going to move our damage over to Jedi Knight Anakin because he is the biggest threat, really. Let's get that crit hit immunity up, and Snips is immediately going to dispel it because she is horrendous. I really despise Snips in this GC. She does so much damage, it's unbelievable. Let's get rid of some of that Foresight. I don't really fancy eating a counterattack, so I'm going to focus over here on Kenobi. Alrighty. The good thing about this is, as well, we get loads of those stacks of morale thanks to Merciless Massacre. So once again, keep on spamming those abilities. Absolutely going to Merciless Massacre here. Let's see, who do I want to try and control? Let's control you over there, and then I'm going to drop a bomb over here just to get rid of that foresight. Basic over here, basic over here, basic over here. Let's see, can we yeet out Anakin? Good night, Anakin. Absolutely, that is the way. All right, cool. So what you should notice is as we are doing these special abilities is the enemy should be occasionally having their turn meter removed. I'm going to pass the turn back over to Gideon. He's got one more turn before we've got another control the situation. That second one should really lock it in. Should really lock it in. All right, hopefully we get a good one here where there's lots of enemies with... I'm going to get rid of all that foresight. Stupid Keller and Beck passing all that foresight all the time. Hopefully we'll get a turn where they've got lots of turn meter on the board. I mean, they don't have lots, but it should be enough. Let's just strip that turn meter and go ham into Merciless Massacre. Now, just keep an eye on their turn meter. We removed a little bit there from Snips, as you saw. And then let's just keep on dropping. Good, good, good. Can we yeet him out? Absolutely, we can yeet him out. Wonderful. Let's get that armor shred on Snips. And we should be good to go. At this point, I imagine I can just sort of go full auto. We'll be absolutely fine. That's another thing, actually. When you use Fracture with Thrawn, that also removes, I think it's 40% or 30% turn meter. So it's another good way of getting that turn meter removal. Between all the Empire under the Darth Vader's leadership, Thrawn and Gideon, you've got a lot of sources of turn meter removal. Now, Mara Jade, I used her for Tenacity Down. Her stagger does not count as turn meter removal. It does not count, so do not try to rely on that. Don't go in with like an EP Mara Jade team. It simply doesn't work for turn meter removal, even though it is turn meter removal. So another good team is going to be JTR. We're going to just throw this in. JTR droids featuring Chupio. Really solid turn meter removal on this squad as well. So we're going to leave BB-8 out in the open over here. Let's do a little bit of that wiggle action. And let's see if we can control... Yeah, if we can control the Keller and Beck so he can't do that mass assist, that would be wonderful. And then we'll just strip back the turn meter over there. We'll just go ahead and start going off. Let's pop off on people right now. All right, great. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to call in BB-8 just so he calls in an extra assist. Wonderful. Just a basic. We were trying to get up to those triple stacks of translation as quickly as possible because that will let us cycle through our turns much better. Okay, so can you see here how the enemy has only just taken its first turn, and that's because we've been controlling them so much with turn meter control. All right, I obviously won't be able to display... Oh, God. I won't be able to display the actual feat triggering because we've already done it with that Empire and Gideon team. But at least you should have the comfort that it does actually work. Alrighty, so I'm just going to call in you over here, get some assists, wonderful. And then I'm going to start calling in C-3PO because C-3PO will in turn be able to decrease the cooldowns on our team, alright? See, that Snips is so annoying. I might just try and concentrate on Snips to get rid of her. But then again, Anakin is also very annoying because he is going to trigger his bonus turns and then destroy us. So it's a tricky balancing act here. Very tricky balancing act. They keep JTR out in the open, I think. Yeah, let's keep pumping out those turns. Let's see if we can get rid of Anakin. Wonderful. And then let's just call in R2, C-3PO. Basics from C-3PO also reduce 5% turn meter, guys. So that's also another quite handy little trick. Let's get rid of all those buffs. Let's keep JTR out in the open. She can also recover when she evades. Don't want to do too much damage here. You do have to try and drag it out a little bit because otherwise you will not get the turn meter removal that you're looking for. There's that turn meter removal, as you can see. Just kind of basic. Let's see if we can stun him. Nope, no such luck. Let's wipe him down. That AoE, that second special from JTR also does indeed remove turn meter. So you have a lot of sources of turn meter removal in this team in general. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Good dodging and recovery there by JTR. So typically you want to try and use this wave on whoever's got the highest amount of health. Turn meter, not health, so that you can decrease the maximum amount of turn meter. I'm just going over here, so we'll miss. Wonderful. Let's get that blind going. Let's keep on using our specials. All right. Now, I'm not sure if that was enough to get the turn meter removal, but if you don't have any other options, try and do something like that. It's really tricky because you have to worry about Snips constantly dispelling and doing crazy damage and Anakin blowing up your team. All right. Good. Now, if you want to try and beat this at the top tier and you don't have Saw Gerrera, you're in for an awful time. I'm sorry, I wish I had better strats for you than this, but the only team I managed to get to work at the top tier without Saw Gerrera and Luthen and all that business was a Jyn Erso lead with Cassian, Chirrut and Baze, and Captain Drogon. He's the damage dealer. She's there because you need her to survive. I put God mods on this team to make this work, and it was still awful. Absolutely awful. 357 speed, and all I did was give her just a little bit of additional potency, help with that turn meter strip, basically. Cassian over here, I made him offensive based, but still very high modding on speed. You want a bit of potency on him as well. And then Drogon, I have him fast here. I am fast, even though I could probably swap this out and have him more offensively based here. So we still got the offense and the crit damage, but whatever can work for you. I should probably check out his offense numbers there as well. So he's 14.5. We could certainly get him a little bit higher than that, but hey, just go whatever you can. Baze over here, as healthy, as tanky as possible. I've focused on max health because they heal over time, so the way that we gain additional health. And a fast Chirrut over here, 350 speed. Now, there is a lot of RNG and a lot that can go wrong here. You have to be very lucky. I'm not going to pretend like this is a one and done, guys. Let's roll the footage. So in order for this to work, guys, you need a couple of things. First and foremost, you use Jyn's second special, targeting on General Kenobi at the start, in order to put that pinpoint on him. After that, you really want to make sure that Kelleran Beck, if he takes his turn before your Chirrut, does not use the mass assist and kill Baze. If that is, just reset. You need Kelleran Beck to use just a basic at the start, okay? So we're just going in on Kenobi over here. You need that basic at the start. If he does the mass assist, it's game over. Second special then from your Baze on Kenobi. We want to try and get those mass assists if we can. Now, you want to have your Cassian use first special to try and get as many debuffs out as possible. I then place Keen Stratagem on Cassian to give him a little bit of additional offense and potency over here. You could put this on someone else if you wanted. We got the stun over on Kenobi, and what we're looking to do here is we're looking to try and reduce the max health on the enemy team, on the enemy's Kenobi, but you do not want to trigger the bonus turn from Anakin before he's used his AoE. If he's got that bonus turn, gets additional damage and uses his AoE, you're going to lose your whole team. So make sure. We got lucky here. We got the buff immunity over on Kenobi, thanks to the potency up, thanks to the Keen Stratagem that we've got on Cassian. You want to make sure. You can see over here, I could target Kenobi, wait for it. Now, I could target Kenobi now, but that will potentially trigger the 50% damage threshold and give Anakin bonus offense. We don't want that, so I'm just moving it to someone who's got foresight, get rid of that foresight, not worry about this AoE here. So he does his AoE, we somehow survive, which is great. After that, this is our opportunity. We have to go full send on that Kenobi and take him out as quickly as possible. So mass assists over here, try and take him out. Anakin's bonus turn triggered there. They got rid of our Drogon, which is a bit of a shame, but we will get him back. Gotten rid of Kenobi. After you've gotten rid of Kenobi, take that targeting, throw it over on Anakin, okay? We want to go over to Anakin using grenades here and then going for the sit down afterwards, or we would, but we didn't land enough debuffs. We get this AoE from Jyn. That's hopefully going to revive our Drogon over here, and we're just going all in on Anakin. If you can get rid of Anakin before he blows up the field, it's basically a win, especially if you've got multiple people alive. So just focus him down exclusively. If you can, R2-D2 might be annoying, might stealth people. That's why you've got Baze's second special to dispel. Once Anakin is out, focus on snips, and you should be home sailing right now. Once you get to this point, you should be absolutely fine. Should be able to get there, no issues. After you've taken out Snips, I would leave Kelleran Beck to last, take out R2-D2, he's a lot easier to take down, and of course Kelleran Beck has got a bonus turn. Again, guys, I'm going to say this isn't a once and done, it really isn't. It could be struggle, and there might be better strats out there, but I have limited time available, and this is the option I found that could work, alright? So yeah, just sweep the board after that. It's very, very tricky to get this set up. I'm not going to pretend any other way, but it does give you people an option if you don't happen to have things like Saw Gerrera, who is the most important. These characters are a little bit more accessible, a little bit easier to get, and requires no sort of conquest units or anything like that. We even managed to revive our Drogon here. Wonderful, good business. But you can see this video here, it took me all of, well, that was 6.5 minutes of resetting. I did multiple attempts here of trying to get it work. Every time they just took out the chase. It was just a restart, guys. Just a restart. All right, fantastic. That's going to about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with your boy Scribe. Hopefully it was helpful. Do leave this a like and a comment if you could. Help push it out to a wider audience and help me on my IVF journey. Pretty please. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.